Hey guys, it's Ginny Silver. We are doing live small business, California entrepreneurs, self-employed Q&A today. I am going to warn you straight off the bat that my internet connection is terrible today. We are having major storms in the area, a lot of wind out there. So if the screen goes black, if I cut out momentarily, then I'll try to hop back on if I can, but just be forewarned, it's crazy out there. I want to, number one, check in with you guys and see how you're doing. I hope you're all doing well. Number two, I want to briefly touch on some of the important small business tax information that I want to make sure that you know if you are new to small business self-employed income, because it's pretty important that you know these things, and they are all the things that I wish someone had told me my first year earning self-employed income. I see a few of you guys popping in here. There's already 14 of you. You guys, I've live streamed for my membership group, my California Entrepreneurs Collective. I live stream for them monthly, but I haven't live streamed like on this channel in like a year. It's been a long time. I'm sorry. Okay. Hi, Michael. Michael says, OMG, Jenny, the live streams are back. I'm making no promises for a weekly live stream, but I am trying to bring them back as often as I can. Okay, you missed them. Thank you. I appreciate that. Debbie, hi, Debbie. How are you? I hope you're well. Flubber Lane, hello. I hope you're doing well. Tech Ninja, hi. Okay, you guys. So I want to give you a few important tax reminders, notifications. If you're earning self-employed income, if you are a small business, if you are a gig worker, if you are an independent contractor, your taxes might be a bit scary. Our tax due date is coming up. Now, I'm going to identify that there are some regions in the state of California that are on a declared state of emergency due to the storms. If that is your county and you have an official declaration of state of emergency due to the storms, then you do now have until October 15th as opposed to April, which was pushed to May, but now it's pushed to October to file and pay your income taxes, but you have to be in a county that is under a state of emergency, and it has to be due to those storms. So for those of you that are affected by that, just know that you have a little bit of extra time. Till October is a lot of extra time. That also applies to your estimated income tax payments. Again, you have to be in a county that has declared a state of emergency in order for that to be applicable to you. But the IRS, as well as the state of California, has extended that tax due date deadline for October 15th. So you do have more time there. There is just a couple things that I want to make sure you guys understand regarding earning self-employed income. When you file your taxes, if you have never earned self-employed income, you have not declared it on your taxes yet, you are going to have to file a Schedule C on your income taxes. There are a lot of people that are asking me recently on all of my tax videos if this is basically how do you claim your income? Whether you're using a software like TurboTax or if you are going to a professional, you are going to let them know that you have self-employed income. That is then going to prompt either the software or your CPA or tax preparer to file a Schedule C in your tax return, which is the form where all self-employed income is claimed. Now, if you received a 1099 from another business or another sole proprietor, then that is going to be a document that you must enter into your taxes, and the softwares will ask you for it, and your CPA tax professional will also ask you for it. So make sure that you just notify them of that, and then you're going to enter that info in. You're next going to enter in your deductions for all of your expenses that are tied to your business. Now, once you've done all of that, the important thing to remember that no one tells you, other than me, is that if you owe and expect to owe again next year in the amount of $1,000 that you anticipate owing next year, you are going to be required to pay estimated quarterly income taxes. This was the worst hit ever, my first year in business that I actually made money, because I wasn't expecting it. I had to pay my tax bill that was owed, which was large for me the first year that I started earning income, like over a decade ago. And then in addition to that, due at the very same time, that April 15th deadline is your first quarter estimated income taxes. So I want those of you who are self-employed, whether it's gig work or you own a small business, to be prepared to pay those estimated quarterly income taxes. Basically, the IRS will take what you think you will owe next year, break it up into 4 payments, and you have to pay those for next year for income that you haven't even really earned yet, quarterly. So those estimated tax payments, that first one is due April 15th. So it can come as a really big shock and a really hard hit if you aren't expecting it. Okay, let me go over to these comments and see how you guys are doing. Andrew, thank you. I know it's been a while. I mean, I've been publishing videos weekly. Like, there's multiple videos that usually go out weekly. However, I have not been doing the live streams. There's been a lot going on in my personal life that has made me shy away from doing the live streams as often. Tech Ninja, your live stream is slow. I know. Yeah. So when I first hopped on here, I addressed, we have storms. That big storm outside right now is blowing everything around. My kid's school is closed. Power's going out everywhere. So the internet speed is incredibly slow. If it's not working out, then I'll close the stream. I don't know, give me feedback. If it's awful, then I'll end it. But if it's manageable and I'm just a little bit choppy, then I'll keep it going. Andrew, you are done with your taxes. Thank goodness, you always do it early. Okay, so I am not a person to do my taxes early. I do them on time. However, I usually wait quite a while because there's always one business. I get a lot of affiliate income. So if I share products or links, or if I did like a sponsored video and a brand paid me, like for example, Wix paid me to do 3 videos for their company, they have to send me a 1099. Sometimes smaller businesses don't realize the deadline or they aren't on top of it and they send them out late. And I got one of my 1099s really late this year than it should have been. So I have not taxes yet. And actually, I have to send my information out to my bookkeeping software that I use remotely because they'll handle it. Okay, Tech Ninja, California has some scary weather. California is just so confused with its weather. We have snow. We've had like a tiny bit of snow here, but it doesn't stick, and it's like slushy, slow snow. My son's school is closed though due to all the snow in our area, about 15 minutes north. Am I using OBS or some other streaming software? So I am using a software called StreamYard. Right? Yeah. StreamYard. StreamYard I like. I think it's like $15 a month. And it allows me to schedule things in advance. It allows me to share my screen. So if I want to like show you something, a visual aid or a website on my desktop, I can do that. And then it allows me to put the comments up there, which is really the main reason why I like it. Okay, Debbie Hall. Debbie, how are you doing? Can you name those counties with tax extensions? Heard it is statewide. I have it pulled up here on my screen. I'm going to share it, but my screen's a little bit of a mess, so don't judge my 10 tabs that I have open. Okay, so it's not that one. Where did it go? Okay, it's this one. All right, so this is the official IRS press release in their newsroom. This is updated on 2/24. of this year. The news release has been updated to change the filing and payment deadlines from May 15th to October 16th, 2023. And then down here, it tells you, following the disaster declaration issued by FEMA, and then it lists all the counties right there in this area that I am highlighting. So do I really have to read all those counties, Debbie? I'm gonna link it for you. Because that's a lot of counties. I'll read it. Alameda, Alpine, Amador, Butte, Calaveras, Calusa, Contra Costa, Del Norte, El Dorado, it's my county, Fresno, Glen, Humboldt, Inyo, Los Angeles, Madera, Marin, Mariposa, Mendocino, Merced, Monterey, Napa, Nevada, Placer, Sacramento, San Benito, San Joaquin, San Luis Obispo, San Mateo, Santa Barbara, Santa Clara, Santa Cruz, San Diego, San Francisco, Sissy, I butchered that one. Solano, Sonoma, Stanislaus, Sutter, Tehama, Trinity, Tulare, Tulum, Ventura, and Yolo counties qualify for tax relief. So I'm going to hop back over into my live stream here, and I'm going to drop the link to that press release so that you guys can check and see if your county was in there. I hope you enjoyed me butchering some of those random county names that I have never had to pronounce. Hopefully we'll never have to pronounce again. Tech Ninja. If your income is $0 for the year for your business, do you still have to pay the annual $800 for taxes to continue having your LLC? Great question. Yes, the answer is yes. The $800 LLC tax, for those of you that have a limited liability company, meaning that you filed the paperwork with the Secretary of State in order to have a limited liability company, not a sole proprietor, the annual $800 tax is just to have that LLC. You have to pay that annual $800 tax. There's no going around that. In order to have an LLC, you're required to pay that $800 tax, regardless of the income. So just to have it on file and registered as an LLC, you must maintain paying that tax bill every year to the state of California. Now, the only exception to that is that this year, 2023, is the last year currently included to waive that $800 tax if it is your first year in business. So if you are a brand new LLC or if you are starting a new LLC, now is the time to do it, because at the end of the year, that goes away. So if you are a first year in business or if you are planning to start, now is the time to do it because you can waive that $800 the first time. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next question. Michael Lockhart, it's raining here in LA. It has been raining all day, quite loudly, wind blowing, knocking everything over. Probably will knock out our power later. Our power tends to go out here more often than anywhere else. All right, Joel, I drove for Uber, so I could only take the standard mileage deduction or the actual expense deduction, correct? I can't do both. Correct. So it's one or the other regardless of your reason for using your car for business. Driving for Uber is going to be it's self-employed income. So correct. You're going to either have to itemize all of that or do the standard mile deduction. And if you're using a tax software, it's going to most likely prompt you to calculate it out and compare, and it will choose whichever one makes the most sense for you. Okay, Debbie Hall, it's windy, snow may be coming. Debbie, where are you in California? I'm assuming Northern California, if you're getting snow. I think you might be kind of near where we are. Hello, Danny. Let's see, Joel, tax season stresses you out. Yeah. Okay, let me briefly, because I'm going to go ahead and tell you about what I have pinned at the top here. briefly because I'm noticing that I need to wait for more questions to come in. So now's a good time to drop this plug. In the pinned comment, you guys, I have a link to California Entrepreneurs Collective, which is my membership site that just went live. I think we're in our second or third month. I have in that link a link for you guys to join and get in that membership site, with the first month being just $1. It's a $7 a month membership site. It's already really low. But for live streams, every time I go live, I'm going to try to do a different promotion for it just for my people that are tuning in. There are loads of action plans. So like basically, if you want to figure out how to, like we were just talking about, how to file your LLC, how to pay your California sales tax, basically, if you have a question about your business, anything like that, and you want to try to address it right away, there's an action plan loaded in there, most likely, that already has the answer and a series of steps. Also loaded in there are tons of templates for your business that you can get things up and running really fast, as well as there are community and live streams as well. If you're interested, click that pinned link, jump over there, take a look. The information is also available on GinnySilver.com. Okay, Debbie Hall, San Bernardino. San Bernardino was one of the counties that I read in that list, but double check the link that I sent you just to make sure you have it in there. Okay, Vanessa. Remember the insane EDD days? You helped save me from defaulting on bills. That extra EDD money did help pay off my car in full. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm really glad that I was able to help you with that. Yeah, there's people are still not out of that time period. So when you say remember the EDD days, it's really not that far off. And there are so many people that had their businesses go under, that had lost all their clients, that completely had to pivot and change the way that they were earning income. And even those who didn't own their own business, but completely had their jobs, their employment taken out from under them, that can't go back, that still have not fully recovered from losing their employment, losing their businesses. So unfortunately, the impacts of that are still being felt very, very widespread. Now, there was recent litigation. This is not intended as an EDD live stream, but I will say briefly, there was recent litigation by the California Center of Workers' Rights, which is, I've had her, what's her name? Daniela Urban, the attorney there. I've had her on my stream before in a video. They recently won their case against the EDD. EDD was trying to collect overpayments on a number of cases after their statute of limitations should have already expired. In many cases, the EDD was trying to collect overpayments on pandemic unemployment claims that did not that they had questions about them qualifying a year after the end of their benefit year end date. So the litigation that was passed recently, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, was that the EDD can no longer and has to cancel their claims against people that are over a year after their benefit end date. So even after all this time, even though it might not feel like it's been that long, it has been a significant amount of time. There's still a mess over there. There is still wrongdoing to people that were hurting. And Center for Workers' Rights is really doing great work in terms of getting things moving with trying to turn things around and make things right. So shout out to Center for Workers' Rights for all that they are doing and for making sure that they are following up with keeping the EDD accountable. The EDD isn't in as much of the spotlight as it was a year ago, 2 years ago, but they are still working really hard to make sure that workers are being treated fairly with regards to claims that the EDD should not be able to collect on. So I was glad to see that news story come out. Okay, Debbie Hall, IRS must do an update. Tons of snow has shut area all week. No ski slopes open until after the coming weekend, we are hearing. it's a mess. Yeah, there's our roads are like the area where I live directly right now is not affected. It's hardly snowing. Like we get a tiny amount. But 15 minutes north where my son's school is and where lots of our community is, the roads are a mess. It's incredibly unsafe and dangerous. Now that we have like a clear day in the forecast tomorrow, the temperatures are still below freezing. So it's pretty unsafe to go out currently in those areas. Okay, Debbie Hall, where are you? Debbie, teleproperty update, settled in and animals. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, last April, April, my family, so me, my husband, my kids, my two kids, and then my sister and my brother-in-law and my dad, all decided to get a family compound together and move together and just kind of change our lifestyle. So that has been just the best change. We went from living a few hours apart, and I mean, we would see each other, but not anything like what it is now. We took about maybe a year to locate the right property. It was a long process, and we offered on several different places that we didn't end up getting. And it was a big ordeal, but we ended up in just the right place. Somehow someone walked away from buying the property that we have now, and we were able to take it. And I actually met the person that walked away from purchasing our home. After we moved to our compound, we have our house here is me, Mike, and our kids, and then my dad lives with us as well. And then we have a second house on the property, which is my sister and brother-in-law's house, and it's an 11-acre property. We have like a forest and orchard and etc. After we moved, we enrolled my kids with new doctors. We went there, started talking to the doctor, and she said, "Oh, I know your house." Our address came up, and she said, "Yeah." And she started describing all the aspects about it, and I was like, "Wow, you're getting real specific. Am I missing something?" And she said, "Oh yeah, I almost bought your house." So our kid's doctor almost took our house, but good thing we're here. So property update, are we settled in? Yes, we are definitely settled in. We are all super happy living here and living with each other, and just the area is, we love it. We don't have animals yet. We are ready for it in terms of like fencing. I want to eventually get goats and alpaca and peacocks. Peacocks eat the rattlesnakes. But I need to get a little barn first, so that's holding me up. All right, Joel, I heard of PUA claims. Some of them were sent letters for overpayment. I wasn't one of them because I confirmed my income, so maybe that's why. So yes, if there were any questions regarding if your income was not exact and it did not align with what your employers had submitted to the EDD was your income, if there were questions about you earning income and not claiming it during that point in time, or if there were eligibility questions about whether or not you actually qualified, then the EDD issued a mass amount of overpayment cases. And many of those cases are still currently undergoing an overpayment hearing in court right now under a court proceeding. So for anyone who had reached 1 year after the end of their benefit year date, it's been a long time since I've talked EDD language, then the litigation that was just passed with the Center of Workers' Rights now deems that to be beyond the statute of limitations and not legal. So that was good to see that litigation come through. Michael Holland says, I'm curious, what does Claimer do now? Okay, so Claimer is the company that auto dials and redials EDD until they pick up the phone, and then they forward the call back to you. Super useful when no one could get through to the EDD. unfortunately, no one still can get through to the EDD. There's still a long hold. It's better, but the problem has not gone away. Their most popular lines right now are other government agencies like the IRS and the Franchise Tax Board. The IRS is their number one line, according to their owner, with the most recent information that I heard from him. So they will redial the IRS for you as well. So that works. So they're still working. They're still doing their thing over there, but primarily they're doing IRS calls. Michael Lockhart, I had to pay $1,500 in taxes for the EDD funds I received in 2021. I did save up for that, but it hurt a bit. Yeah, it's difficult when you have to pay taxes after the fact, when you are used to having a paycheck and having your taxes taken out in your paycheck before you even receive the money. So for those of us who are self-employed, small businesses, we might be used to doing that because that's the way that our taxes are collected and set up. However, for those of you that are not used to doing that, it can be quite a shock. And yes, taxes always hurt. Sounds very cool. You can't beat that atmosphere. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we have like 11 acres and the woods right outside on our property connects to public hiking trails beyond that. So we can go down our property, go on a hike, cross over into the public area and go on an even longer hike. We have a few seasonal creeks that fill up during the rainy season on our property, and that is just incredibly peaceful. Just tons of room for the kids to roam and get dirty and play outside. And so it's wonderful. And we're all really grateful to be here with each other. Debbie Hall, what is the giant mic? This is the same. Does it look that large? This is the same microphone. I've had this for like probably like 2 years. It's my microphone. It's how you can hear me. What is it? It is a Blue Yeti. Andrew, if I had a farm, I would want a golden retriever farm. I used to want to raise Dalmatians, but those dogs are high maintenance and extremely naughty. Okay, so when we get animals, because this is like my long-term plans, are goats and alpacas. We have a lot of larger predator animals around. We have a lot of coyotes, and we have other creatures too. We don't need to list them all. But we will need to get some livestock guardian dogs. So Great Pyrenees are in my future, although I am not a dog person. I like all animals, but I gravitate more towards cats. But we'll need to get Great Pyrenees to watch over our herd. That's the future. I need a barn first. Okay. Tech Ninja, my EDD question. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm so out of the EDD loop. If I quit my job for another job opportunity, but the new job fell through, would I still be eligible for UI insurance? Okay, you guys, this was deemed small business chat Q&A. My EDD skills are not polished anymore. If I quit my job for another job, but the new job fell through, would you be eligible? Technically, from my understanding, you would have turned away suitable employment at your own free will. You chose to leave employment. So I do not believe that you would qualify under those circumstances. Okay, Tony. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. There's 25 of you in here, which you guys, if you remember my, like at the peak of, I don't know, EDD needs that you guys had, my live streams had like 900 people in them. How did I handle that? I don't really even know. Right now, there's only 25 of you. I was not even expecting, I was expecting a small handful because I have not gone live in over a year. If you are here, make sure that you chime in the comments, say hi, let me know that you're here so I see who's here. What is disaster unemployment assistance from the EDD? Is it available to self-employed people? My car was flooded during the storms, and I cannot reach work because of it. Okay, so DUA is going to be available in counties that have a FEMA state of emergency declared for that county. It has to be officially declared in that county. If your county is under a state of declared emergency, then you are going to have to contact the EDD, go to their website and see if you are eligible for DUA. I am no longer covering EDD related content, hence the title of the live stream being small business related. So therefore, I am going to defer you over to the EDD website to see if you are specifically covered in your county. But if your county is under a state of emergency, most likely you are. Michael says, is your sloth mug going to make an appearance? No, it is not. Sloth mug is so hard to drink out of. It's got like a big head on it. It's for looking at. Debbie, EDD still a mess. Does not surprise me. Yeah. Okay, Vanessa, another EDD question. Unlike the pandemic, gig workers like Uber and Lyft drivers can't get unemployment anymore. True, correct. That is true. That was only Uber and Lyft drivers are self-employed. Self-employed individuals do not pay into there's no money taken from your taxes, from your pay as a self-employed individual that is paid into the state unemployment fund. If you work for an employer, then you're going to have your paycheck subject to payroll taxes. Those payroll taxes include paying those fees over to the EDD, which cover unemployment insurance. Now, being self-employed, you don't pay into that system. Self-employed includes whether or not you run a small business or if you're an independent contractor, such as Uber and Lyft. So because you don't pay into that system, you cannot reap those benefits. The reason why it was available during the pandemic was due to the extreme state of emergency. Pandemic unemployment insurance was a bit different than the traditional rules due to the state of extreme emergency. So correct, you cannot get those benefits. All right, Tech Ninja. If I have $0 last year for my business, for my LLC, do I still have to pay the $800 tax to continue using my LLC here in California? So I already answered this one from you earlier, but it sounds like you missed it. So I'll go ahead and answer it again. The answer is yes, you must still pay the $800 LLC tax. Unfortunately, you still have to pay it regardless of your income. That $800 LLC tax to the state of California is for those individuals or businesses that have filed a limited liability company. When you register a limited liability company, not a sole proprietorship, but limited liability, you have to register with the Secretary of State. And once you have registered your business as an LLC, in order to stay compliant and keep an LLC status, you have to pay that $800 tax annually. It is not determined based on your income. So even if your business doesn't turn a profit, even if you lost money in your business, you still have to pay that $800 tax to the state of California. Now, if you earn over, over $250,000 a year at an LLC, then you have to pay even more per year. But that's not what we're talking about. So yes, you will still have to do that. Now, the only exception to paying that $800 fee is going to be if you're in your first year of business as an LLC and you started your business 2023. This is the last year that you can have that $800 fee waived for the first year only. Okay, Debbie Hall, I guess you all must join the club. Re-explain that procedure. No, no one must join. I am still doing live streams here. Okay, re-explain that procedure. Let me share. Let me see where it is before I share it. Debbie is referring to the California Entrepreneurs Collective, which is my membership site for small business owners. If you're starting a small business, if you want to grow your business. So Debbie, because you're asking about this, again, I'm going to share my screen and show you a peek into the membership site. What I have pinned up in the chat box right now, you'll notice a pinned comment. It's still there, right? Yeah, there it is. let me grab the link as well. You will see a pinned comment at the top there. That is for the discounted rate that I'm including for my live stream viewers only. The link that I'm going to push here shows you everything that is included in my membership site. So it talks through all the points, what's included. It gives you an example of some of the templates, etc. California Entrepreneurs Collective has lots of different resources. I'm going to share my screen. Lots of different resources for small business owners. Inside of the membership site, it looks like this. And what we offer here is we have every month, I add a big handful of new tools to the program. So the program is constantly growing, constantly getting new resources every month. So it just keeps growing and growing of the amount of tools that you can access. So just the new items added this last month are all shown here. Everything from social media templates to workbooks to work through some of the mental blocks that come with being an entrepreneur, to other various things. Now we have a lot of different workbooks for working through things, such as if you need to come here and define your target client, you need to really think about your marketing strategy and nail down who you want to work with, what kind of customers and clients you want to draw in, then you would click here. Now, if you want to plan your social media content, for example, you would click on your social media planner. This then opens up a place where you can access the template over in a program that you can get for free called CANVA. You then have access to all of these different resources similar to this, where you can, wait for it to load, where you can access these pre-made documents in order to either plan your business, grow your business, make things easier or faster. And yes, my internet is so slow right now. It's like AOL days of loading. So basically, all of the documents here will help to streamline a wide variety of different things that you might be doing within your business. Now, going back to where we were at, in addition to, internet's really slowing me up. Don't like it. I'm gonna find where I am. I don't know where I am. StreamYard, remove. Okay. I'm rusty with the lives. Okay, Debbie. So that was a long answer for your question. In addition to workbooks, there's things like templates, there's social media content, there's email sequences, there's like course planners, launch planners, etc. There's just like a ton of tools in there. So if you're interested in checking that out, click that link. Okay, Michael. Let's see. Where are you? My book is beyond awesome. Are you referring to my children's book? I think. Thank you. I published a children's book last year. I think that's what you're referring to. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Miss So-and-so, hi, Ginny. I remember your live from last year. You helped me tremendously with my ADD situation. Now I'm here learning how to be a small business owner. I'm really glad to hear that. What sort of business do you have or are you starting? I'm really interested to hear. All right, Michael Lockhart. Outside of a smartphone and basic laptop, what should I try to acquire to look into starting a business? I know it's a beginner question. Okay, so what type of business are you starting? Everything's going to depend on the type of business that you are hoping to start. So let me know in the chat right now exactly what you're trying to start. There's such a wide variety that there's no way I can answer that question without knowing a little bit about what you plan on or hope to do. So let me know. Okay, Michael Holland, my children's book. Thank you. I have it. It's over there somewhere on my floor, I think. Thank you. Yeah, so I had published a children's book last year. Really, to be honest with you, the only reason why I actually got it published, like went through the whole process of publishing it, was because I really didn't market it at all. Was because I wanted to make a video on how to publish a children's book. And I had already written a children's book as a personal project for my son. My son went to, when he was little and in preschool, I took him to an outdoor, not all outdoor, mostly outdoor nature-based program called Mountain School. And we spent like all of our days at the creeks and digging in the dirt and doing fun things outside. And one of the things that we had to do for his school is we had to, at the end of the year, do kind of a culminating project. And so I chose to create a children's book. It's supposed to be something that they could keep. So I wrote a children's book, and it originally had pictures in it of him and me in our adventures. And then later on down the line, I decided I wanted to get it illustrated and get it published. And so kind of the push to get that done was thinking, hey, I can actually make a video tutorial on how to publish a children's book and put it on my channel, because that is another stream of income. It's another business endeavor. So that kind of gave me a push to do that. So I got it illustrated. I contracted an artist on Fiverr who I had never met, I actually just published a very brief video talking about it because she was severely underpriced. But she did amazing work. And I was really happy with how it turned out. So it's on Amazon. Yeah. Okay. Michael Lockhart. I have to explore the software, I believe. Okay. What sort of business are you hoping to start, Michael? I don't know what kind of business you want, so I cannot let you know what type of technology you need unless I know. So tell me what type of business you plan on. Tech Ninja, I'm starting a new business, Amazon affiliate marketing. Any advice on making money online? Okay, so Amazon, specifically Amazon affiliate marketing, is going to be where you are sharing links to products to earn income on the commissions of other people buying those items. So just to make sure that I'm understanding that you do in fact mean affiliate marketing. So if you are trying to make money from affiliate marketing, there's a few different ways you can go about it. However, the most effective way to make money off of affiliate marketing is going to be to get content created that plugs those links to a very niche audience that is specifically looking to solve their problems, and the products that you are sharing solves their problems. I have directly done this in my various businesses by creating free, valuable content that is highly valuable, that is high quality, that people need, that directly solves a problem that they're trying to fix. Once you create content, whether it be videos on YouTube, on TikTok, on other platforms, or if it is blog content, written content online articles such as writing for Medium or other sites like that, or doing a podcast. Once you create content online that's valuable free content, not just for the sake of sharing your links, but for genuinely trying to help people solve their problem to meet a need, then you can start to share those affiliate links that fit right in with it. That is the most it's not easy, but the most beneficial way for you to be successful with affiliate marketing is really centering it around that content creation base, where you're not just simply there to share links. You are providing a valuable service to people that they get to access for free. And by doing so, then they are connected with services or products that solve their problems. So if you're trying hard to start a business specifically with affiliate marketing, I want you to be careful about the people that are all over social media and TikTok and YouTube that are showing you to blindly plug links in weird places. It should really, for it to be sustainable and successful, you really need to concentrate on building up a following, on building up yourself as being a provider of valuable information, tutorials, content, and then let the links follow that once you've built up that trust. Okay, Debbie, how many income streams do you have currently and which is the best? So my most recent video that I did on this is still accurate, and actually it might be one less than that video. My most recent video on the topic, I had 13 income streams. And I'll have to find that video and link it. You'll notice I don't have a moderator tonight because I knew it would be a small live stream. It's just me and the spammers. But it was 13 income streams in my most recent video. I have one less because I no longer have a photo studio. I used to have a physical studio that I set up for portrait clients and that I would rent out to other creative professionals. So for example, if someone was filming a fitness video, or if someone was doing a photo shoot, they could rent my studio. They could book through my, I had an employee that was a studio manager of mine who ran the whole thing and oversaw it. They would book through her, and then that income stream is now gone because I don't have a physical studio. So 13 income streams. What's the best? The best is YouTube, for a few different reasons. YouTube has the ability to not only earn income on your videos once you're monetized on the YouTube platform and once you're earning ad revenue, there are other ways to earn money that directly come from YouTube. So that's why I say that YouTube is the most. If I'm looking at my numbers, the most income brought in, my 2022 numbers aren't complete. I'm still getting things to my bookkeeper. But so therefore I'm going to base this on 2021 because that's the number that I did in my video that I have most recently published. Now, affiliate marketing technically was my most profitable income stream in 2021. However, none of that affiliate income would have been there if it wasn't for YouTube. Therefore, YouTube to me is the most profitable and beneficial. Now, YouTube, you get monetized on YouTube by having 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. That has to be within 1 year. So once you reach a 1 year limit, if you didn't reach that 4,000 watch hours, then you start over again. It has to be 4,000 watch hours within a year. Now, once you reach that threshold, then you are eligible to receive ad revenue. Anytime anyone watches a video of yours and they see an ad, you get a share of that ad revenue directly from Google, because Google Ads is the one that is placing those ads. So that's one way that you can monetize on YouTube, is by receiving ad revenue. In addition to that, you also have the ability at any point in time to join affiliate networks or affiliate programs with specific businesses. Now, an affiliate program is when a company pays you a commission every time you share a unique link for a product or a service for their business and someone makes a purchase. You'll notice that my videos, if you click the description, they have affiliate links in them. Those are useful tools directed at exactly solving problems that my viewers have. An example would be that I have a payroll software listed in my video descriptions. So if someone, a business owner, comes to me, is watching a video on how to start a business and they need to hire an employee, they're going to click that link and see how easy the software is, see that it's exactly what they're looking for, and sign up. Now, every time someone signs up with that link, I receive a $300 affiliate commission. So with YouTube, not only can you earn ad revenue, but you can also join affiliate programs. YouTube has no control over that. They allow you to share affiliate links. However, you don't have to wait to be monetized to do it. So you can join larger networks where you can get these links. You can reach out to smaller businesses that maybe have their own program, and you can start to share those immediately. Now, YouTube is also very profitable because In addition to ad revenue and affiliate links, you can also do sponsorships. Sponsorships require you to have a strong strong following. You don't have to be the biggest channel. You don't have to have the most views, but you do need to have a strong, polished brand of some sort and a dedicated niched following. So a specific group of viewers that are coming to you. Once you have that, then companies will either reach out to you or you can pitch to them to advertise their products and services, or to do a product review or a tutorial video, or to integrate it somehow into your content. And they will pay you an agreed upon amount for doing whatever you agreed to do. An example of this is I had a partnership with, I've had many last year, but one that comes to mind first is with Wix. Wix is a website building company. They commissioned me for 3 videos. They commissioned me for 1. They reached out and they asked me if I would do 1 video. I did not contact them. They contacted me and I said, how about I do 3 videos for you? And then I gave them the pricing and I pitched to them my idea for exactly what I wanted to do. So then instead of it being 1 video, I pitched to them. They negotiated back and forth with me a little bit on pricing. They went down. I bought them back up. And then I ended up making 3 videos. So those sponsorships bring in income. There's one other way that you can make income through YouTube, which makes it be the best in terms of what my most profitable income streams were. And it is plugging your digital products, your online products, your own services, etc., through the platform itself. So if someone comes to YouTube, if you have a channel that specializes in unique content that speaks to a unique group of people, they start to build a following with you and build up trust. Now, if they find your content valuable, they start to trust you and you start answering their questions, their problems. They see the quality of the work that you're giving away for free. And then they want more. They want to pay you for your products and your services. So many YouTube creators will have paid memberships, paid courses, paid digital products. Some even sell their one-on-one services as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can monetize on YouTube. So how many income streams do I currently have? 12. Most profitable is YouTube. Okay. Where am I? Lost. So confused, you guys. Not good with live streams anymore. Okay, Junior. My hair looks great. Thank you. Do I Debbie, am I still doing wedding photography? I am officially taking a break from wedding photography this year for several reasons. Yeah, I need a break from it. I am not sure if I will do it in the future. Yeah, I'm taking a break from it for the time being. April, trying to open up my own sort of spa services LLC. My main concern is that I need a small loan to get up and running, literally like $4,000. Any suggestions on startup loans with bad personal credit? Okay. So with bad personal credit, I am not a financial advisor. So I would recommend that you talk to a financial advisor, specifically if you have bad credit, even more so, because they're going to be able to point you to the most likely and lowest possible rates that are most likely to accept you without any issues. So I don't have a lot of advice for you there, but I do want you to reach out and talk to a professional about it, because there's a lot of places where you can get steered wrong and where you can get roped into something with far too high of an interest rate, with terms that aren't going to really be beneficial to you, because they might be more of a predatory company. I want you to be really careful. Try to consider talking to a financial advisor and really making sure that you're getting in with the right program. So I would look at SBA, the Small Business Administration, and see their direct links on there for their lending programs, in addition to talking to a financial advisor on that. Because it's a small loan, here's the thing, but starting a business, in general, you want to try to not to have as little debt as possible with your business. Most businesses are going to have a negative amount and lose money their first year in business. Not all businesses, but many businesses are going to lose money their first year in business. That means that in addition to having to make your own ends meet, and pay your own financial obligations, if you then also take out a loan to start the business, then it already starts you in a very delicate place. So even if it is a small amount, those interest rates are going to compound, and it's going to feel very difficult to get on top of things and reach profitability. So especially if it is a small amount. My non-financial advisor advice would be to really try to work towards a point where you are able to start up your business with as low debt as possible, as low credit card usage as possible, because it's really easy to get yourself in a bad place and not be able to recover. Because not only will the interest compound and then the payments be due and all of your personal bills be due, but you will have self-employed health insurance that you need to cover, which is very costly. And then you will have all of the income taxes, your LLC tax, which is annual, etc. So there really is a lot there. So my intention is never to discourage you from building your dream business and starting off with the funding that you need. However, be very careful with the loans that you choose to accept, and make sure that you understand the full financial situation that it's going to be the end result for you. And the only way to really do that securely is through a professional financial planner. So it will be worth it in the long run to get professional advice on that before you take out a loan. Okay, Blue Cherry Tarot, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, Michael, the pandemic left me with just a few months experience, but ultimately, as I still know how to code for medical billing, the idea would be to do that online. I also have some photography experience. Okay, so two completely different industries, right? So medical billing and photography. Choose where your skills and passion and experience all overlap. Go with that. Try your best to figure out exactly what your strong suits are and go with that. If you have some photography experience, then it's not going to be the time to start a photography business. It would be the time to explore that experience, and see if that's a passion of yours. Start to develop a portfolio, start to assist others, and starting at that lower level before it becomes a business. Now with medical billing, you still know how to code for medical billing. So you want to start a business with medical billing. Going back to your prior comment, you had asked what technology do you need to invest in for that to start your business. Okay, so with medical billing being a completely different field for me, because I specialize in creative businesses, obviously you're going to need computer software and computer equipment. You're going to need to have that insured as well, because the second that anything goes wrong, you need to make sure that you have the capability to get it repaired and replaced without your business activities being interrupted, paused, or going under. So whatever equipment you get, you're going to need to make sure that you have it properly insured. Now, if you are looking at startup information, your original question was startup equipment. Obviously, you need whatever you need in order to your job. You also need to then think about how you're going to create an online presence for your business. You simply won't just say, I am doing medical billing and wait for the inquiries to come in. You're going to need establish yourself with a strong online presence. So in addition to the equipment, you're going to need to look into getting a website, to getting some sort of content creation out there so that people can find you. That is going to look like social media accounts. Choose like 1 to 3 platforms that you're going to specialize on. Don't do them all, just do a few well. You are going to need to have a website, and a blog is, I know it sounds really old school, but blogs are extremely beneficial for improving the search engine optimization of your website. Once you start building your blog, you start talking about topics that your target customers are going to be searching for online, you're going to get an immediate boost in your website traffic. In addition to that, you're going to need to begin to network with people that are in the field that you're trying to target. So you're going to need to figure out how to get into those inner circles of networking with those offices that need that medical billing done. So you asked originally about technology, but I would focus much more on how you're going to establish an online presence, establish testimonials from clients. And if you don't have any clients yet, you're going to have to somehow get testimonials, get reviews, etc., so that people build trust for you. Now, the easiest way to do that with a brand new business with no one is to figure out a way where you can either collaborate with other businesses in exchange for reviews, or start working as an assistant to someone in a well-established business, or work in sort of a trade situation. Okay, Michael, just remember how we managed 900 plus people during the height. Yeah, there was so many people during that. The peak of the pandemic, live streams were like 900 people in a stream. I don't know how that happened, how so many people came. Okay, Michael, I actually did a little wedding photography back in the 80s. I do remember that people can be very picky about who's in the photo. Okay, so you know I'm a wedding photographer on a bit of a hiatus right now, but yes, they can. The 80s, I was born in 85, my friend. So I wasn't around too much in the 80s. Little 5-year-old Ginny. At 1990, yeah, it's a little too small to carry a camera. Wedding photography has changed a lot since the 80s. So if you want to get back into that, what I would recommend is that you are absolutely right. People can be picky about who's in the photo. I found that funny. If you want to get back into wedding photography, the best thing to do is going to, number one, make sure that you have up-to-date equipment that is comparable with what wedding photographers are using currently. So you're going to get up to date with your equipment. You're going to join your local photographer and wedding vendor forums. A lot of our areas have very heavily active Facebook groups, as well as local chapters of organizations like WPPI has a lot of meetup groups in local areas, as well as Rising Tide Society, and start to network that way. Then you're going to start assisting those photographers in second shooting, even though you know that you have previously done the job yourself. It is now much later, and there's a lot of differences with the way that weddings pan out and the standard practices, and the aesthetic as well. So it would be best to go into starting third shooting or second shooting, and then eventually deciding if you want to go down that route again. Okay, Debbie, expand on the photography. Expand on the photography break or full on stop. Is there less demand? There's not less demand. There's less desire from me. I'm trying to answer this question in a way where I don't get into things that I don't want to talk about in this stream. Okay. So I'm going to give you a few reasons. Weddings are extremely demanding. You have to, basically, with my wedding business, if you are photographing a wedding, you are on for anywhere from 8 to like, I think my longest wedding was 15 hours. You are on the entire time. It is a struggle to get 10 minutes to sit down and eat one meal during that entire span. There was once a time when I photographed a wedding and I was 8 months pregnant, and I did not get, I got one 5-minute break the entire day. Like they're unrelenting. You have to be moving, carrying tons of heavy equipment all day, constantly. Your brain has to be incredibly sharp so that you don't miss anything. You're constantly creating duplicate copies of everything, making sure your assistant is in just the right spot. Being a mediator between all the weird family dynamics and comforting people and shuffling everyone. It's strenuous on all levels. I have a lot of personal things on the side of my personal life right now that are just really, really difficult the last couple of years. Well, and I just need a break from all of the intense stress that comes along with weddings and how sharp you have to be, thinking on your feet, and also just the environment of a wedding. So I'm taking a break specifically from weddings for this year, and I'll see how I feel later on. To replace weddings, I am going heavily into online course creation and membership sites for my entrepreneurs. Okay, April, makes so much sense. Thank you again. You're right. Good idea to talk to advisor. You're very welcome. Okay, I am going to be ending soon, and I see that I'm down to my last comment. So if you want to chime in with any additional comments, let me know how you guys are, how you're doing. If you've been a follower of my channel a long time, let me know your status update. I like hearing your personal updates as well. Okay, Debbie, have you gone Apple yet? Or still our favorite PC? No, I'm PC. I will not switch to Apple computers right now. I am probably the only, my stream cut out. I'm probably the only photographer. I think all of my friends have switched to Apple that uses a PC, but I do, and I'm not switching right now. Okay, Michael, thank you, Ginny. I have to work a lot more. Medical coding is a rather new learned skill. I was very young in the 80s, and I was interning for a short while with a wedding photographer. Okay, rather new learned skill. Okay, so Michael, you were young in the 80s, you were interning. Okay, so it sounds like both areas of these. I'm going to give you just the upfront truth. It sounds like both areas that you're exploring for starting a business are currently not areas where you have a certain level of expertise. It sounds like you state here that medical coding is a new learned skill, and that you were interning for a while with a wedding photographer. So both of those, to start a business and to jump into something like that, I am the #1 encourager of starting your own business. However, before you delve into the time, the financial investment, the mental capacity investment, it is a lot of work to start a business that isn't just simply kind of flop. So you want to make sure that you have thoroughly honed your skills in either area that you are looking at starting a business in. And that's going to look like not starting a business until you have really honed those skills in, you have developed either a strong portfolio of work and experience with your photography, or a strong portfolio of skills with your medical billing. If there are certifications you can get, more courses you can do in it. If you can work for other billing companies and get experience there, then I would take those steps before diving in and starting a business of your own. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Michael, don't leave. I'm going to leave. It's my late night. So like after the kids go to sleep is like my time to like finish up my work projects and eat a big meal of junk food and drink beer or watch Netflix or whatever. It's like my 1 hour that I get to relax. Okay, Debbie. Face, turquoise, covering eyes. Do not go. Okay, so I see your emoji on my phone, but not on the on the thing. Over here, it just says face, turquoise, covering eyes, which I like that description as well as the emoji. Okay, April. Yes, I've been following you for some time. You helped a lot during the pandemic. I don't know what I would do without you. And also, for some reason, says I'm out of benefits, but I worked after the pandemic all last year. Yes, so you're going to use up your benefits, and then you're not going to be able to have more benefits until you have. You guys, I'm so out of practice with the EDD. I can't do EDD stuff anymore. I'm not in it anymore. Once you reach the end of your benefits, then you're gonna. I can't even answer this question, you guys. This is how far removed I am from EDD, which is why it's not an EDD stream. So April, I am sorry that you've reached the end of your benefits. If you worked after the pandemic and you believe that you qualify for more benefits, then call into the EDD directly, and they'll be able to explain to you exactly why you do not qualify or at what point in time you will be able to. Okay. Let's see. Started my YouTube channel. You started your YouTube channel. Congratulations. That's great. I really hope that you're doing well, putting out regular videos. Try to get as consistent as you can. Right? Do as I say and not as I do. I am not consistent right now, but I want you to be consistent. Try the best you can to see exactly what people are responding to. The second you get one video that has a few more views and you can see that that one was more popular, then make 10 more videos that are along the same lines or topic as that one video. And I'm glad you started your channel. All right, April, for some reason, YouTube is only letting me type 50 characters, so I don't get to type how yes, YouTube is very short in the chat box. Debbie, gratitude for tonight. Hitting your like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, Blue Cherry Tarot. Any tips on introducing people online to your channel? I do personal readings, but this is online. Would love tips to gain subscribers to share my gift. Okay. The thing that has worked the best with me, you would have noticed that during the pandemic, my content was very different from how it is going now. I am in the middle of pivoting my channel, of taking my content and changing the direction that it's going, because the pandemic content was honestly accidental. I kind of fell into that and then realized there was a huge need for it and then kept creating it based on that need. Once the need ended and the pandemic benefits were over, then I went back to the intentional start of the channel to help businesses grow and develop, which is a pretty big post-pandemic need. If you lost your business, if you lost your employment, growing a business fits right in there. However, I am in the process of re-niching my channel, of making sure that my channel puts out business-related content for Californians and that it reaches those right people. So for you, if you are trying to get people to find you online, number one, you want to make sure that you are putting out content that is niched down enough so that it is specific to a specific genre of people. You want to make sure that you are putting out consistent content, that you are doing it at consistent, it doesn't have to be exactly on a certain day, but that you have weekly content going out or as frequent as you're able to do it, so that you can start to build up that bank of content on your channel. Once you have a bank of content built on your channel, then you can start to try to encourage people to kind of have those binge sessions where you put the recommended video on the end screen of the video, encourage people to click on it. They will start to grow your watch time. YouTube is concerned, number one, about the length of time that someone watches a video, the click-through rate, meaning if they see your thumbnail, how much will they click through to it, as well as watch time, click-through rate, and then, of course, the views and subscribers. But those increasing that watch time and increasing that click-through rate are going to help YouTube to recognize that there is value in your content, because YouTube wants people to stick around on the platform for as long as possible. So getting them to increase those watch times and getting engagement on your videos, such as comments, likes, and writing back to people, etc. Encouraging all that engagement tells YouTube to pay attention to your videos. Once it starts seeing a higher level of engagement, then it will start recommending that content to more viewers. And putting it on the homepage, on the recommended videos, etc. Now, to get initial views, I have never been someone that gets my views by sharing my content on my social media. I really don't share it through my mailing list very often. I don't share it to friends or family. I am trying to make sure that YouTube recognizes my content and promotes it itself. So my recommendation to you to try to get views is really make sure that you are trying to harness the YouTube algorithm, how it works, making sure that click-through rate, that your thumbnails are clickable, that they are enticing and that people want to click on it, that your watch time is trying to grow and get people to stay viewing as long as possible. And that your engagement level with those commenters is high. Okay. And I have a YouTube 30-day Kickstarter e-course, which actually is finally about ready to go live soon. That's coming about, and I'm going to be giving away the workbook for free within the next week-ish or so. So stay tuned on the channel for that. Okay, Elhad says, it's nice to see you again. Haven't seen you since the pandemic. You were such a big help, and now I'm retiring early. SSI. I have any suggestion of what to do to take up some of my days, to take up some of your days during retirement? I'm so glad to hear as a help. Thank you for letting me know. I really appreciate that. Congratulations on your retirement. What to do to take up your days? Start a YouTube channel. Document your days. All right, you guys, I'm just going to get these last comments and then I'm going to be all done. Michael, it's even worse with a lot of picture framing experience, which doesn't seem to be valuable anymore. Yeah, a lot of the print orders, framing orders, things like that are still in existence. However, they are done through a lot more remote companies as opposed to in-person shops. Okay, which there are still jobs there. April, it's fine. Don't worry. I need to call them. Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Last comment for the night. Debbie, such a really great and fun email. Thank you, Debbie. I really appreciate that. Okay, you guys, I am going to head out. Go find something to eat in my kitchen. And I will see you next time. I don't know when that will be. Debbie's going to ask me, but I don't know. Live streams are not a weekly thing yet. They're not, but I will make sure that I send out a notification as soon as I am aware that I'm going to be scheduling one. Now, the last thing that I'm going to touch on, make sure that if you are starting a business, planning a business, or own a business in California, that you click on this link that I am posting. Is that even the right link? Yes, it is. Link I'm posting right here. Go over, check out California Entrepreneurs Collective. And I would love to have you join. Okay, I'll see you guys next time.